You move through life. You work. You speak. You make plans. But deep down, there's a quiet ache, like a voice calling from behind a locked door, whispering, "There's more to you than this." We live surrounded by noise, expectations, distractions, deadlines. And somewhere along the way, we stop asking the most important question: what am I really capable of? Not what society tells you. Not what your diploma says. Not even what your past achievements suggest. But what you, unfiltered, unshackled, fully awake, could become. You see, most people die with their potential still trapped inside them. They spend decades building a life that feels safe, predictable, acceptable, but not alive. Because safety is seductive. It gives you the illusion of control. But it comes at a cost. It cages your fire. Marcus Aurelius, one of the wisest men who ever lived, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." What he didn't say directly, but what he meant, was this: your potential isn't something you discover in the world. You awaken it within. And here's the truth you might not want to hear: unlocking your potential doesn't start with finding a new job, or reading 100 books, or moving to a new city. It starts with doing something much harder. It starts with facing yourself. Ask yourself, who are you when no one is watching? What are the dreams you buried because they felt too big? What talents have you silenced because you were afraid to fail? You don't need motivation. You need honesty. Potential isn't about talent. It's about courage. Because talent without courage becomes decoration. A wasted gift. But even modest skill, combined with relentless inner strength, can break through the hardest walls. Look at nature. A single seed, dropped into rock, can one day split stone. Not because it's powerful, but because it's persistent. So many people wait for permission. For the perfect moment. For someone to say, "Now is the time." But here's the reality: no one is coming to save you. No one is coming to wake you up. You must choose it. You must burn for it. And burning is not comfortable. To unlock your potential, you must let part of you die, the part that clings to comfort, the part that wants to be liked, the part that avoids risk. That version of you can't come with you where you're going. You have to outgrow it. Seneca wrote, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." Read that again. You are not stuck because you're weak. You're stuck because you haven't dared yet. Not really. You've dipped your toe in the waters of change, but you haven't set your old life on fire. And yes, real growth feels like destruction at first. You'll lose people. You'll lose parts of your identity. You'll question your own sanity. That's how you know you're doing it right. Because unlocking your potential isn't an achievement. It's a becoming. And here's what they never tell you: when you begin to rise, you will threaten others who have chosen to stay asleep. You will scare those who prefer mediocrity. You will lose the applause of the crowd, but you will earn the respect of your own soul. You will feel alone, but never empty. You will feel fear, but also fire. You will feel like you're falling, but also flying. So, if you're asking when to begin, if you're waiting for a sign, this is it. This moment. Right now. Not tomorrow. Not when you're ready. Readiness is a lie. No one is ready. They just begin. Begin now. And when you do, when you make the quiet decision to rise, don't expect the world to change overnight. You will still stumble. You will still hear the voice of doubt. But it will grow quieter. Because every act of courage you take, every time you speak your truth, pursue your path, take the risk you've been avoiding, you are turning the key. And that locked door inside you, it will begin to creak open. Do you know why so many people never live the life they secretly dream about? Because they're terrified of the cost. Not the cost in money. Not the time. But the inner cost, the emotional price of becoming someone new. You'll have to walk away from the person you were trained to be. The one who always says yes. The one who doesn't make people uncomfortable. The one who stays quiet, even when everything inside is screaming. Unlocking your potential is not a gentle process. It's war. Not against the world. But against your own resistance. Against your laziness. Against your fear of rejection. Against your desire to be safe. And this war is silent. No one will see it. No one will cheer you on. Most won't even notice. But you'll feel it every day. It starts with a small decision. You get up earlier. You speak when you'd normally stay quiet. You say no to something that drains your energy. And at first, no one cares. No one claps. But you feel something shift inside. You're not just existing anymore. You're building. Not a reputation. Not an image. A life. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And he was right. What holds you back isn't what has happened. It's what you fear might happen. You fear judgment. You fear failure. You fear losing the people who benefit from your silence. But what you should really fear is this: waking up one day and realizing you betrayed yourself to be liked by people who never really saw you. That is the quiet tragedy of the modern world, millions of people living lives they don't want, following paths they didn't choose, playing roles they didn't audition for, just to be acceptable. But you weren't born to be accepted. You were born to be real. Realness costs more. But it gives you back your soul. Do you want to know who you are? Really? Then look at what you do when no one's watching. Look at how you treat people who can't help you. Look at the promises you keep to yourself when there's no applause. That's you. And that's the place where change must begin. Not outside. Inside. Not with new habits, but with a new level of integrity. Your potential is not some golden mountain waiting to be found. It is a slow fire that you must feed, word by word, step by step, choice by choice. And you will be tempted to quit. You will be tempted to return to your old life. Because comfort feels like peace, even when it's just numbness. But numbness isn't peace. It's a trap. You must choose discomfort. The good kind. The kind that sharpens you. The kind that humbles you. The kind that teaches you you're not as weak as you once thought. That's what growth feels like. Every great person you admire, every soul that left a mark on this world, has walked through this fire. They faced their demons. They lost friends. They sacrificed stability. But they found something better. Themselves. So what about you? Are you going to keep waiting for permission? For clarity? For the perfect moment? It doesn't exist. All you have is now. This breath. This second. This chance to rise. There's a reason the Stoics spoke so often about death. Not because they were obsessed with suffering, but because they were obsessed with truth. And the truth is, you're running out of time. Every day you delay is a day you never get back. Every fear you obey steals a piece of your strength. Every hour spent trying to please others is an hour stolen from your own becoming. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be honest. Stop lying to yourself. You know what you need to do. You've always known. You've just been waiting for the pain of staying the same to become greater than the fear of change. So let it hurt. Let the disappointment flood in. Let the shame rise to the surface. Let the grief come for the years you've lost. And then let it all burn. Because on the other side of that fire is freedom. Freedom not from responsibility, but from pretending. From hiding. From playing small. That's what unlocking your potential really means. It means you become the person you were always meant to be, before the world taught you to shrink. But hear this, it will not happen by accident. You must choose it. And you must choose it every day. Not once. Every day. Because the old version of you will not go quietly. It will claw at your mind. It will whisper lies. It will make you doubt everything. But the more you act in truth, the quieter that voice becomes. And the more you trust yourself, the stronger your potential becomes. Until one day, you realize something has changed. You're no longer trying to become someone. You already are. You will know you're on the right path when things start to fall apart. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because you're finally doing something right. Your old life will resist your growth. People will question you. You'll be misunderstood. Some will mock you. Others will quietly step away. You'll hear things like, "You've changed," as if that's something shameful. Yes, you've changed. That was the whole point. You were never meant to stay the same. Trees grow. Rivers shift. Mountains erode. Why should you be the only thing in nature that doesn't evolve? There's a price for becoming more than you are, but there's a far higher price for staying less. The Stoics knew this. That's why they trained themselves daily to welcome discomfort. They prepared their minds not for ease, but for resilience. Epictetus said, "Difficulties show what men are." And he was right. The storm doesn't break you. It reveals you. If you want to know your true strength, step into the chaos with your eyes open. Don't wait for confidence to appear before you act. Act, and confidence will follow. Not the fake kind, puffed up by ego, but the quiet kind, rooted in discipline, born in the fire of trial and error. Your potential will not rise in the spotlight. It will rise in the shadows, when no one believes in you, when nothing is certain, when you have to carry yourself alone. That is where the real transformation begins. And it's slow. Painfully slow. But that's what makes it real. There's no shortcut to greatness. No hack for becoming who you are meant to be. You must earn it. Through solitude. Through sacrifice. Through silence. And with every honest effort, every day you refuse to give up, you're building something unshakable inside you. A character. A code. A life that can't be taken from you. Because here's the brutal truth most people avoid: your circumstances can always change. You can lose your job, your home, your health, even your loved ones. But the one thing no one can take from you is the strength you've built by facing yourself. That is the essence of potential. Not success. Not status. But inner power. And that power is forged in private battles. In quiet decisions. In the discipline to keep going when everything around you says stop. Some mornings, you will wake up and feel like nothing is working. Like all your effort is wasted. Like you're still the same person, still stuck, still unheard. But don't let those thoughts define you. Let your actions speak instead. Do the work anyway. Get up anyway. Speak your truth anyway. Because consistency is stronger than motivation. And integrity is louder than noise. Each day you live in alignment with your values, you take a step toward unlocking something eternal inside you. And with time, that step becomes a stride. That stride becomes momentum. And that momentum becomes identity. You won't just be chasing your potential, you'll be living it. And then one day, without even realizing it, you'll look back and see the distance you've traveled. You'll see the habits you've left behind. The people you no longer need approval from. The fears that used to control you. And you'll smile. Not because it was easy. But because you never gave up. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." In the same way, stop wondering what your potential is. Start becoming it. Speak less. Do more. Dream less. Act more. Fear less. Dare more. This is how you change your life, not in a moment of inspiration, but in 1,000 quiet acts of courage. And when the voice inside tells you, "You're not ready," answer it calmly. "I might not be ready, but I'm going anyway." Because this life is not a rehearsal. There are no retakes. No reset buttons. No guarantees. Just this day. Just this moment. Just this chance. Don't waste it. Don't wait for someone to give you permission to become who you already are inside. Take it. Claim it. Live it. Your potential is not waiting in the future. It's screaming from within. Let it out. One day, the world will ask who you are. Not your job title. Not your achievements. But you. The person behind the name. And in that moment, all the masks you've worn, all the roles you've played, will fall away. And only one thing will remain: the life you built in silence. The world won't remember your excuses. It won't care how hard it was. It won't rewind the tape to check how many chances you missed. It will only see what you became. So what will they see? A man or woman who gave up their fire to fit in? Or someone who rose through the ashes of doubt, who risked everything to become real? Because you can impress the world with your talent, but you inspire it with your truth. And the truth is, you were never average. You just stopped believing you could be anything else. But that ends now. No more waiting. No more blaming. No more running from the work. You've got everything you need. Right now. Not tomorrow. Not in 5 years. Right now. You don't need more books. More advice. More podcasts. What you need is courage. The courage to say, "This is who I am." The courage to act on it when no one believes you. The courage to keep going when nothing works. The courage to rise every time life knocks you down. This isn't a movie. You don't get a soundtrack. You don't get an audience. You get silence. You get sweat. You get pain. And if you stay with it, if you push through when it makes no sense, you get freedom. You get fire. You get you. But don't expect it to come easy. Every step forward will demand something from you. A fear to face. A lie to leave behind. A comfort to let go of. And yes, it will hurt. But what hurts more? Temporary discomfort or permanent regret? Ask the old man who never wrote the book he dreamed about. Ask the woman who buried her voice to be acceptable. Ask the soul that traded truth for applause. They'll all tell you the same thing: the real prison is not failure. It's living below your potential and knowing it. So stand up. Yes, you will shake. Yes, you will doubt. Yes, you will stumble. But do it anyway. You're not supposed to have it all figured out. You're not supposed to be fearless. You're supposed to be brave. Bravery is not the absence of fear. It's acting in spite of it. And every time you do, something shifts inside. A little more fear dies. A little more strength rises. A little more of your true self comes alive. This is how you unlock your potential. Not in one grand gesture, but in 1,000 small acts of integrity when no one is watching. When you choose the harder right over the easier wrong. When you tell the truth, even when it shakes your voice. When you honor your values, even when it costs you comfort. That's when it happens. That's when the door opens. And you realize, it was never locked. You were. By your doubts. By your conditioning. By your unwillingness to let go. But not anymore. Now you see clearly. You are not broken. You are not too late. You are not unworthy. You are capable. You are powerful. You are needed. This world doesn't need more perfect people. It needs more real ones. People who dare to rise without permission. People who walk their path without guarantees. People who are not afraid to fail, to feel, to begin again. So if you're waiting for a sign, this is it. If you're waiting for proof, it's already inside you. If you're waiting for a better time, there won't be one. This is your moment. Not because it's easy, but because it's yours. Own it. Live it. Become it. And when you reach the end, when your body is old, when your story is near its final page, may you look back and say, I did not play small. I did not wait. I did not betray my gift. I lived. Not perfectly, but fully. And that is enough.